everyone, it's Margarete Miller Collage Challenge Day, and we are on week number 5. It's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio, and I hope you will hang with me today as we go through Margarete's prompts and build our collage for this week. For those of you that aren't familiar, Margarete Miller has a weekly assignment, a challenge, where you do she has a list of prompts that you do every week. She has 5 prompts and 1 bonus, and you can choose either to do the 5 prompts. If there's one of those that you don't like or can't find, you can substitute the 6th prompt, or you can do all 6. I've been doing all 6, but you, of course, don't have to do that. I will link below in the description box how to get these prompts. She also sells them in a planner, and she also sells them as a digital download for the planner. So, like I said, I'll link her Etsy store in the description box. I think it's called Mellow Miller on Etsy. So, I participated in this last year. I got a late start. I think I started about week 13. So this year I wanted to start right on time, and like I said, we're on week 5. I chose to do mine in just a sketch diary. I don't really have a use for a planner, and so I purchased just the prompts, and I have been going off those and doing them in my little sketch diary. So I'll quickly flip through the other week. Sometimes I do them sideways, sometimes I do them up and down. It just depends on what I find to use for the prompts. And here's last week's. And so, like I said, we are on week 5, and this time we are going to go this way. So, the first prompt is something maroon, and so I have this little girl in this little maroon sweater that I have out of a children's book. Prompt number 2 is a repeating pattern found in nature, and I am going to use these mushrooms that have this repeating pattern up underneath them. So that's going to be my repeating pattern. And then we have a eating or cooking utensil such as a spoon, and I am going to use this, and this little girl is going to be chasing the dish that's running away with the spoon. And then this next one kind of threw me for a loop, because I was like, okay, you got this. You know, this one's going to be easy. And I read it as something you hang on a wall. Yeah, no. When I read it again, it says something hung on a wall. And I'm like, okay, I'm obviously doing some kind of outdoor kind of collage here, and I have to do something hung on a wall. So what I'm going to do for that is I have, this is scrapbook paper, and it is a brick pattern. It can be a wall, right? You can have a brick wall. The outside of your house is brick, and that's still a wall. So I'm going to use this. And then I have the little Hey Diddle Diddle nursery rhyme. And I'm going to make a sign, and I'm going to hang it on the wall. I think that counts. I think that will work. So that's what we're going to attempt to do. And the bonus was typewriter text. And I have this piece of typewriter. It's out of a vintage typing instruction book. And I picked this one because it's been marked up for corrections, you know, where somebody's made mistakes and they wanted to show you what corrections look like when it's marked up. And that works with the 6th prompt, which is doodles. So in order to time my doodles that I'm gonna do in with this, I think worked a lot better than just getting some just straight on typewriting text. So that's what I picked, and that's what I'm going to use for that. And like I said, it's just part of an old typewriting manual. So that's what we're going to do. Hopefully we're going to make this all come together. So the first thing that I need, oh, and I've also got some of my favorite little stamps here that we're going to try to incorporate, and I've got my number 5 to put on for week 5. So the first thing we need to do is figure out how we're going to lay this out, and obviously I need to tear down this background because this brick wall is going to be way too big. And so I think I'm going to I want it to have a jagged edge. So I'm just gonna kind of tear a piece off here. Do I want it to go this way, or do I want it to go? I may want it to go this way. And go all the way up, so I have room to get my sign in. So we're gonna tear it about right here. Move my book out of the way for a second. So I hope everybody's having a good day, and I hope my video works okay today and we don't have the technical difficulties that we had the other day. I've been kind of trying to skip putting a little intro portion with the music into the videos because I have been having some problems, thinking that maybe that would help, but not so much. I did a bunch of cleanup though on my phone, and backed up a bunch of my pictures and things to the cloud to empty up some space, so I'm hoping that I'm not going to have any more problems, but we'll see. Okay, so if we put this, I still have that too long. Let's try this one more time. Okay. Now, if we put this here, and we put our sign hanging on the wall, and I need it to be down just a little bit. Alright, and then we put her on here because she's quite big actually for the page. Oops, I just broke a little piece of her hair off. That's okay. And put this behind her so we can still see. We may need to move that over just a tad. And we can cut that off. I'm not too worried about that. And then we put our little spoon and dish here. Okay. This is really brittle paper. It's pretty old. It's a pretty old typing instruction book. Put some of this here. Some of this down here, just for some background. That's all that's for, really. Where do we want? I don't think we want it on top. No, we don't. We want it underneath. Move this down a little bit because I need room for what I have planned for my doodles. I think that's gonna work. It's gonna be a fairly easy one this time as far as number of pieces. All right, let's get everything inked up, and then we can see if we want to do anything else besides stamping, of course. I hope you guys, if you're in the wake of the storm, are staying warm and your electric's on and all that kind of stuff. We are not going to get anything, I don't think, besides rain, but the company that I work for also owns a branch in Memphis, and they are getting ice, and so they're not gonna run tomorrow at all. They're gonna run on Saturday instead, because it was already getting bad there today, so they don't want to. I've got some cheesecloth stuck on the bottom of my blending tool. I don't want to have people out trying to work in the mess. In the South, we're not very prepared for ice, unfortunately. So it's better for us Southern folks to just stay at home when that stuff happens. And I know you people that sounded like the people, you guys, that live in the North, that are used to driving in bad weather. I know you think that it's funny for us people in the South to not be able to function when that happens, but we just don't have the equipment. That's the main thing. It's not really that we're not capable of doing it, I don't guess. Although some people around here, I can tell you, are very not capable of doing it. But we just don't have the equipment here to make it safe. They have done better in the last couple years about keeping their stock, their salt stock and their brine and stuff like that more readily stocked, so that when we do have bad weather, they can get out and treat the roads fairly quickly, or pre-treat them, so that we can get on the road, you know, maybe not first thing in the morning, but shortly after, so we're not out there wrecking everywhere, but it's still, which, you know, people don't have snow tires, they don't have chains, they don't have the kind of stuff that's needed to handle bad weather. This is just a piece of scrapbook paper that looks like wood, and I thought it kind of tied in with the maroon colors as well. Age it up a little bit. Whoops. Now we don't want to start dragging stuff off on the floor already. Brick wall. Okay, that's all that. Now let's get some stuff glued down so we can see what we're looking at here. Alright, so I think the book page or typewriting stuff needs to go down first, and I am not going to use glue stick because this paper is so brittle, and I don't want to pull it apart. So I am going to use art glitter glue. This here. Alright, and then we have this here. And this piece. If I put that corner just kind of judging it where it needs to go. Okay, there's that piece, and I'm going to move these before I end up dragging them. So now let's put in our brick wall. I think our mushrooms are gonna go next. I'm gonna move that to about right there, I think. This is out of a Edith Holden book, if you can't tell by the back, but it's one of a scrappy piece that I had from some journals that I made. I need to make a couple more of those. I have 2 more books. I've been hoarding them a little bit kinda, sorta. Hate to cut them up. Yeah, I got lucky. I went to a used bookstore and they had 3 copies, and I grabbed them all. Alright, so our girl, I think, needs to go next. Let me glue this sign together here so I can figure out. I will use glue stick for that. I'm gonna knock my prompts on the floor. Sometimes I wake up with the klutzes and they just don't go away for the day. I want to get this in the right place first before I put her down, because it is going underneath her, so obviously it needs to be. Down, and I don't even care really if it's straight. And her foot's kind of weird from the way that it was in the book, so I'm going to be sure and get it down to where it doesn't look so weird, even if I have to cut off some of her scarf, which looks like I'm going to have to, but that's, I can live with that, because I would rather do that than have her foot look strange. Fingers down here. Don't want them to break off by getting rubbed on something. All right, now we got our little spoon guy. So we need something here to fill up that kind of void. Put my pen in my glue for a minute. All right, I'm gonna think about that for a minute, but what I'm gonna do first is, my idea for the doodle, let me fix her. She's got a pop up on her here. Ow. Okay. So I want to make this sign look like it's hanging. So I'm gonna doodle something that kind of looks like a nail. And then I'm going to do something that looks like a nail here. And then I'm also going to do some little doodles that kind of look like grass down here. Kind of ground this a little bit. And over here. Alright, I think that qualifies as doodles. So we need something here. What are we gonna do here? First I'm gonna ink this whole page. Not the whole page, but the edges, you know what I mean. Kind of get some age on it here. Let me just take some antique linen and just put in here so it doesn't look so white. And that's much better. Now let's do some stamping, and I think it'll be good, to be honest. I've got my little grungy stamp here. Ooh, I got that one dark, didn't I? Got a lot darker on that typewriting paper. Let's put some crackles on our sign. I love this crackle stand. Like that. We gotta do our 5. Okay. I think that's it, guys. What do you think? I don't know that we need anything else. I mean, I've got these little splatters too, but I don't know that we need them. Let's make sure we have everything here that we need. So we have something maroon, a repeating pattern found in nature, a eating or cooking utensil such as a spoon, something hung on a wall, a doodle, we've got our doodles, and typewriter text. So we have everything. I might do some little just some little doodle flowers, because that would also be a repeating pattern, wouldn't it? The petals. Just to kind of fill in that. A little bit. Some around her weird foot right there. There we go. I think that's it. Excuse me. So there we have it, week number 5 in the book. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you guys will try this. It's lots of fun, and I think it's a really good exercise for thinking outside the box and maybe doing something that you wouldn't normally do. that's why I like it, because I feel like it challenges me, and I like to be challenged. So um, I really enjoy it, and I hope you guys will try it. And I will be back on Sunday we'll do some general journaling on Sunday. I think we're going to work in the sewing journal again. And then I also have my 5-item challenge from Amy at Crafty Cat. I have not opened the envelope yet. We will do that sometime this weekend and see what she has sent me and see what we can come up with. So until then, everybody stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Bye.